I often hear in every disappointment is a blessing. I'm here with Eniola Aluko. Some of us would have seen her recently in our news with a very unfortunate situation indeed. And I said in every disappointment is a blessing. And it came up on my feed while reading the Nation News, and I researched this young lady, Aluko, to realize that she's Nigerian by birth, born in Nigeria and moved to the city of Birmingham after 6 months with her parents. And we know that Barbados has diplomatic relations with Nigeria from as far back as the 1970s. And I think it was in 2006 when one of our renewable energy companies with Aquasol Components Limited formed a 50-50 joint venture partnership with a Nigerian company to raise the awareness of solar water heating and the value that it can bring to countries. And from 1970 we have had diplomatic relationships with Nigeria. But I take this discussion further because Miss Aluko, the name gives me a break with the name, Eniola Aluko has made 102 appearances for the English football team, female football team. She also retired from professional football. I think it was January this year as a superstar for Juventus, and she also would have played football for Chelsea. And we know we have a number of Barbadian fans who love Chelsea. But there's more to Miss Aluko than just football. She is an attorney at law, and currently she performs the role of director of sports with the football club Aston Villa. And she travels around the region and recruiting female talent for Aston Villa. Actually, she was on a mission only recently prior to COVID, where she was scouting in Jamaica for female talent to join Aston Villa. And this brings me to why we as the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Community Empowerment, why we have reached out to Miss Aluko. We believe that the time is right for us to develop sport as a real commercial business. And while we value sport as social and recreational, there is more to sports. And for us to build out a sports economy, we have to recognize sport as a key pillar in our economic development, and indeed building a sports industry not only around men but around women. And Aluko is testimony to someone who's earned a living, and she continues to earn a living out of sports. But she has blended academia with sports. Being an attorney at law, I think that assisted her in reaching this pinnacle of director of sports for Aston Villa.
Here after a difficult 2 days in Barbados, definitely gives me joy and brings life to that saying. So thank you for having me, and thank you for the warm introduction about my career and the history of my career. Really, I just want to kind of encourage everybody that's listening that, as you said, my role at Aston Villa as director of football is really to develop a successful women's team in a country in England where football is almost like a religion. But beneath all of that, and the fundamental reason why I'm so passionate about my job and so blessed to be in that position, is that I have the opportunity to develop young women, young people, inspire and allow them to aspire to be great. And that doesn't just stop in Birmingham, where Aston Villa is. I have the opportunity to recruit players from all over the world. One of my passion points is to do that in emerging economies, emerging countries, like Barbados. And actually, one of the fundamental things that I wanted to try and achieve coming into the job at Aston Villa was to connect with the local community in Birmingham. And the local community in Birmingham is heavily represented by the West Indies. So naturally, the best way to connect is to have players from the West Indies that wear the badge and wear the badge with pride. So it's really great to be sat here in the Ministry of Sport talking about the start of a relationship that can hopefully start to looking at the local talent, both particularly for girls, young girls and women, who potentially in future could wear an Aston Villa shirt if they're talented and hardworking and have all the aspirations that they need. And obviously moving forward, to hear that there's an aspiration for 2027 to have Barbados represented in 2027 World Cup is amazing. I played in 3 World Cups myself as a player, and it's always the pinnacle of my career to have played and represented my country. So to hear that there's a huge plan for young Bayesian girls and boys to aspire to be representing their country at the World Cup, I'm definitely happy to be part of that. And again, try and flip what has been a difficult few days into a very positive, powerful partnership and relationship. I will say that Barbados is an island that I really love. I've been here, this is my second visit here. I came in 2015 with my family. It was actually my mom's 50th birthday, so we chose to come to Barbados. And I've returned here to the island on holiday for a week. So, I'm really pleased that I leave here with, on a positive note, with new friends and new people that we can work together to really change the future of sports, both in Barbados but also hopefully globally, potentially with Aston Villa too.